How is it going? This is Ryan with RMark Trades, and today I'm going to review a few of the trades that I took today to end up slightly green. So, first of all, we'll start with the levels that you see here on my screen. This red line is the low of yesterday's trading session. The green line is the high of yesterday's trading session. I always mark those first. If we're unable to break out of yesterday's high or low, generally we're going to be looking at a choppier kind of horizontal move of a day. If we are able to break out either to the upside or to the downside, that generally indicates that we'll be trending in that direction. So always mark those. A few others that I have marked here: the swing high, this most recent high that we had, 456.7. I marked this 452 area as we've had a lot of confluence around there, some rejection, some support. And you can see we've kind of been trading within this $3 channel here between 455 and 452, kind of rejecting off 455, finding support down at 452, just kind of creating this whipsaw the past few days. We've been in that range. So those are the two big levels I was really looking for. And then I had a few kind of intraday levels here. 454 whole number, kind of a psychological level that had shown some support in yesterday's trading session, as is in the pre-market. And then I also marked this 453.43, which was the pre-market high of yesterday's pre-market, and then kind of a swing low at the end of yesterday. So some areas that I was watching out for if we encountered. But one thing that I was really looking for was a break out of yesterday's range and or potential rejection at 455, because I had seen so much attempts and failures to break above that in the previous trading days, and even as most recently as the pre-market. So we'll jump into the 5-minute chart. I took 3 trades on the day. One was a small loss. The other 2 were wins. So overall green on the day, and we'll go over those right now. So had 454 marked out, kind of from previous days trading and some pre-market activity. We had rejected off this 455 in the opening, or in the pre-market, excuse me, and we were opening coming off a sell-off. We came up and were retesting this 454 level, and I had taken one put at this level. Reason being, we were showing some weakness. We were coming up and retesting this area that we'd broken through. In hindsight, it's not a great trade. I didn't have a lot of confirmations. Usually I don't trade based off the very first candle of the day. I'd like to see us move kind of into an area of interest, watch volume, watch price action to help me confirm what I'm thinking or confirm a trade that I'm taking. This didn't really have much confirmation. We did wick around at 454 before breaking through. So there was some false hope that we might reject and go lower from that point. But that trade was not very good. I did set a very tight stop loss because I think I knew in my heart that I was taking a bit of a riskier trade. So I did set a tight stop loss. This candle stopped me out pretty soon after I entered the trade. I took about like a $5 or $6 loss off open. So not great there. Something to learn. I think I just FOMO'd into it, seeing that we were kind of breaking down, retesting that area. And I didn't want to potentially move off the open, but instead I took a loss. So I think that just is, a testament to having some patience and waiting for things to play out. I wasn't really looking for a reject off that level. That wasn't part of my plan. So that was a little bit more of a spontaneous move that ended up not working out. The next trades I took were puts up at this 455 area. So I'll back it up, Terry, to the 1-hour chart, and I have the 1-hour chart and the 5-minute chart open when I'm trading. So 1-hour chart gives me a bit of a bigger macro view of things. 5-minute chart gives me kind of a better understanding of entries and exits. But with the 1-hour chart, I saw us approaching this level that we had rejected so many times. And I decided to take my first or second trade of the day, which was a put at this 455 level exactly, and I entered another put when we were kind of retesting this pre-market high area, just a few cents above. So took a position, 2 puts. Strike price was, I believe, $4.54. So $1 out of the money at $4.55. I sold my first contract in this candle. Reason being, I saw us pull back. That was the reaction that I wanted to see, and I was hoping for a continuation downwards to this 454 level. However, in the subsequent red candle here, we had significantly lower volume. In fact, the lowest volume candle that we'd printed so far. So that gave me a little bit of concern that there wasn't a lot of momentum, a lot of pressure behind this move down. In this candle, we came down and failed to break this previous low that we had wicked off just a few minutes earlier. So I saw us bouncing off this area and kind of failing to go lower, combined with some of that low selling volume. And I took one position off. So I took one contract profit somewhere in here for, I don't know, like $15 profit or something. I then moved up the stop loss on my second trade. I was a little concerned with the price action here, and I wanted to really de-risk. I was kind of losing faith that we'd get this continued move down. So I had taken one off, raised my stop loss on my other contract, and I was stopped off. I was stopped out of that position on this candle here. We came up and retested that area and stopped me out. And then my third trade and final trade of the day was another put up here. I saw us kind of pushing up into this area with super low volume. And I took another put with a tight stop loss just to see if I could squeeze out another winner. However, this trade, as you can see, is about 8:30. And that's generally when I hop off and go to work. So I didn't see this trade all the way out. I wish I had, because that would have been a great move as well. And that combined with my first trade probably would have ended me up, up over maybe $40 or so on the day. But I did take a small profit on this first candle as we rejected almost immediately. Ended up on the day up $24. So one small loss here, 2 winners here. It's funny because these were counter to the trend. We had a pretty strong uptrending day. We even set a new swing high, new recent high. So generally don't want to trade counter to the trend. But in the 1 hour frame that I traded, these actually were probably some of the better moves to take, unless you somehow caught a call off the very open. But those worked out for me, counter to the trend. Had I stuck around and saw the break above yesterday's high, and some high volume on the green candles here, volume increasing as we break out of that level, volume decreasing as we pull down and consolidate. They definitely gave some opportunities in here to take some calls and continuation upwards, and we did retest and even break above that recent swing high. So pretty good day to trade if you're trading with the trend. I didn't stick around long enough to see it out, but those are the trades I took. As always, I trade live Monday through Friday every morning on this YouTube channel. I love when people stop in and interact. It's always fun. So if you've gotten something out of this, swing by a trade stream, say what's up, and I hope to see you again. All right, peace.